Shalom, shalom. This is Kapadia, a.k.a. Pops, out of GMS Chicago, with another sit-down. Before I get started, though, like always, I want to send all praises, honor, and glory out to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, to the apostles and elders of GMS out of New York, elder bishops out of Connecticut. I want to send double honors because they do well. Of the brethren around the world pushing this truth uncut, unfiltered, giving the good, the bad, and the ugly. The scriptures correctly breaking down the prophecies and interaction with the people on the planet. I send salutations for the hopefully elect. I hope this is edifying for the Aquath if you're in the truth. Let's listen to say the chair to keep doing so. But for scorn and scoff and reprobate, 2/3 Israelites, 17 other nations, you're in the midst of, it's going to get a whole lot worse. Anyway. And copyright infringement. In no way, form, or fashion is this used material going to profit me in any form of fashion. So under the Fair Use Act, I'm going to use it and whatnot. Like I said, I'm not going to really record use anything that the host of this show says. Except, I'm going to say the host. I'm just going to use the context of what's being said with the older gentleman and the parole board. Okay, you see what it says. Inmate refuses to beg parole. Okay, I'm just going to use that part of it. I got it keyed up where it should start. He should start talking immediately. So with that being the case, I want you all to hear this. We'll let it play. I'm going to put some scriptures on the end of it. And go from there. And hope that is edifying.
Deserve parole. If you're going to give it to me, give it to me. If not, I can go back. I'm not here to debate with y'all or nothing. If you're going to grant me parole, grant it to me. If you're not going to grant it to me, I got 5 months to go. As simple as that.
Well, Mr. Edwards, you make it very difficult to even consider you for parole.
I'm just being straight up. If you're going to grant it to me, grant it to me.
If not,
I'll go back and I'll finish my time.
Okay. Well, why would you not want to cooperate with the parole officer?
I'm cooperating. I got caught with a gun. I'm guilty of that, okay? I'm serving my time for that. I never said I didn't have it. I never said I didn't do it. If you're going to grant me parole, grant me parole. That's why I care. I wasn't out there in the street looking for trouble or bothering nobody. I had it for my protection.
Well, you were driving a car intoxicated.
And I just had bought the car. I didn't get a chance to register. I lost the car because I got...
Okay, so now listen to what he just said. He said he had just bought the car. Okay, I don't know how many years he's got in here now off of that, but driving intoxicated, having a firearm, which maybe he probably wasn't supposed to have, and this, that, and the other. So driving intoxicated, a firearm because he was intoxicated, but it wasn't an accident thing that occurred. So he got caught driving intoxicated, which is probably the first thing that was the gateway that got them to pull him over. Anyway, maybe he swerved a little bit or whatever. I'm piecing it together a little bit. But okay, so the intoxication part is probably what made them pull him over in the first place. He got caught with a gun, okay, and he had just bought the car, okay. Kind of simple to be able to see if you understand the streets. He bought the car from somebody on the thing. He probably just had the title, don't have it registered yet. Had money, had a grip of money on him. Cause I've done that. I've done this part of it. Okay, as far as you go to buy a car, $3,000, $4,000 or whatever. I remember I bought a Lexus LS 400, and the guy wanted like maybe $2,500, $2,600 for it or whatever. And It was a nice little car. Had some things that was, mechanically off a little bit. The dashboard used to kind of not light up the way it was supposed to, and this, that, and other. All easy fixes. All easy fixes. The driver's side window wouldn't go down. That's a motor. You know what I'm saying? So all these were easy fixes and whatnot. So you've got about 20, 25, 26 on it, maybe 3 stacks on you, and this, that, and other. Okay. He would have been better off if probably he'd have said, let's do the meeting in front of a police station or whatever. That way he could be sure that he wasn't going to get ripped off. But old school's not thinking like that, so he did what he did on that level. Okay, but he probably had the pistol for protection to make sure he's not getting robbed. Okay, bought the car, probably started drinking a little bit after he got it. It's that number. I'm not justifying any of it. But circumstances. You can see how circumstances could do that and whatnot. They gave him a year, a couple years, whatever, if it might have been that. And he's got about 5 months or whatever before the parole before his sentence is over with. So now they want to pull him in. I don't even understand at the last 5 months, sitting on the thing, why they would even want to pull somebody in. Like I said, I've never been locked down, in a time frame where I had parole and all this other kind of stuff. I've done a little county time for driving and things like that, but I've never had anything where I had to go and sit down some years on end and whatnot for anything. So this is that. So I'm just giving you the backdrop of how when you understand the system, how simple it is to get caught up in the system. But the system is actually set up by the Lord anyway. And I'm going to get this scripture here. Let me deal with this one. Which one do I want to do? I'm going to pull 2 up real quick. Let me get this. Let me get these. Let me get these 2 scriptures up real quick, because I don't want to talk too much. But I got scriptures that I could pull up. Let's go with these 2. Not this one. I want to go to Romans first. Let's see. Romans 13, 1 through 3. Romans 13, 1 through 3. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of Yahweh, the powers that are ordained of Yahweh. This wicked ass Edomite has run this country that Donald Trump just took over again and whatnot. Guess what? He was ordained. Okay, because as it says, one shall be stronger than the other. We are a stronger breed of people than the Edomite. We run faster, we jump higher. As bros like to say, we fuck longer and all those things. Okay, we invent shit. As they say, Yahweh Shai himself said, haven't I said ye are gods? Okay, say we are the gods of the planet. Okay, and the rulers and the hopeful future rulers of it as Israelites. So with that being said, but there's no powers. Like I said, when we fuck up or when we would mess up, the Lord would raise some other nation of people above us, let them take us down, and be subject to and serve slavery under them to learn our lessons. One thing is what was one of the lessons? How to be righteous rulers, among other things. What's right and what's wrong, and patience in the process of. Okay, so and how can I say patience? Come on, look at the slavery that the so-called Negro or African American, the Israelite tribes of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and Northern Kingdom of Issachar and Gad, just to name Reuben, just to name a few, and the patience that they had to have to be in this country for the amount of years that they have without outright, flat out rebellion, you know, where they have to lay us all down per se. That wasn't the will of Yahweh or Yahweh Shai. So instead of us rising up against it in massive numbers and taking the chances and possibly getting laid all the way down, it didn't happen. Okay. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power resisteth the ordinance of Yahweh, and they that resist it shall receive to themselves damnation. See what I'm saying? So because what is Esau's blessing? The sword. What's the ultimate sword that he's been blessed with now? Nuclear weapons. Okay, but like I said, going all the way back to then, all the way up to now, his blessing has always been to be on the cutting edge of weaponry to put people in place per se, because all he knows is destruction, and destruction has to have what it has as far as an authoritative ability to enforce whatever it is going to be able to enforce. Okay. 3, for rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil will thou then not be afraid of the power. Okay, my mistake. Sorry, it was on the wrong end. For rulers are not terror to good works, but to the evil wilt thou then not be afraid of the power. Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. Okay, so now, in context of understand, like here, GMS, we're subject to the powers of Apostle Tahar Gabar, Apostle Tahar Gabar Rakar, and Apostle Ramlab, as well as elder bishops and things to this nature out of New York, and this, that, and other. And because everything is set up in order, okay? Set up in order. Yeah, we get to run our own shows here and whatnot. We've been at it long enough now, over the years and whatnot, that they don't really check in on us and do those things like that, like they used to and whatnot on some level. But then we interact. We've got phone numbers and whatnot. We can interact with them and talk with them just to check up on them, let them know that, we checked that, we saw their video or whatever, however, what it might be when you've got some time in. So anyway, but in context, okay, on that, because this is a wicked, evil kingdom, but even a wicked, evil ruler was put over the Israelites because of the wickedness and the rebellion that we had. So this 400, 500, 600 years worth of slavery that we had to serve out under this Edomite over here in these Americas, these bitter straits of America. Absolutely. And we was told that it was going to happen in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, the 68th verse. So, and this was that. So, all the blessings of Deuteronomy of the 28th chapter from 1 through 15 or 14 of all the blessings, this is what will happen if we did what we supposed to do. If we didn't, then from 15 down to 68 would be all the curses that would hit our people if we rebelled and didn't do what the Lord told us to do. And we didn't, so they did. So he was true to his word, and it happened. Okay? So now, let's go here and let this, I got one more set. Okay, so that's that. And I've got the Matthew. Then I'm going to let that play some more. That's the Matthew. Matthew 5 and 25. Matthew 5 and 25 reads, agree with thy adversary quickly while thou art in the way with him. The old man isn't rebelling. He understands what he did. He accepts the consequences of what he did. And like I said, if you go give me parole, fine. But if not, this, that, and the other, I do my 5 months. This is the penalty that you put in place for me. So I'm going to do my 5 months. I'm going to be done. Okay? and move on from there. Okay? Agree with our adversary quickly while thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou shalt be cast into prison. Well, he did all those. He didn't. He says he didn't try to say he didn't do any of these things. So he took his time, as they say, took his time like a man, and went in to do his time. Period. Okay. But this Edomite is sadistic in what he is. Okay, and this isn't the first time. You got accounts of this in the Apocrypha. Epiphanes, when he was so jacked up or whatever the case might be, from thinking that he was a god and whatnot, and God Yahweh humbled his ass and had him stinking, where his own armies didn't want to carry him, and with all this other kind of stuff, he wanted to go against the Israelites, but then the Lord struck his ass with an affliction where he had his bowels all fucked up and everything else, and he stank bad. Okay, so this is this man, and these are the things. So he's got curses now that are coming upon him, which is what you see going on now. So it's starting to flip. So now let me go back here and let this play. Come on. There we go.
Caught with a gun in it. That was a long story. I don't cry about nothing. If I did something, I earn up to it.
You were carrying a firearm, driving a car intoxicated.
I was on my way home.
You were driving a car.
I just had bought the car. I didn't get a chance to register anything. I lost the car.
You are prohibited from having a firearm. I understand you wanted it for your protection. And you were driving the car while drinking. After you had been drinking.
I'm not denying it yet.
Okay.
And I got caught. And I'm in it.
Yes.
And I'm paying for it. I'm not asking nobody to do me no favor, do nothing for me. I am willing to do whatever I am supposed to do. If I have to do all my time, I do all my time. If y'all don't want to grant me parole, don't grant it to me. I'm not going to cry about it.
That's why we're here. It's not like we're going to see what we give you for Christmas. It's we just want to ask some questions, and that's what the parole officer was also getting at, to see if you're a risk in the community. That's what it was about. So it's not either give it to me or
I don't consider myself a risk in the community. I'm going to go back out. Either way, I'm going to go back out and I'm going to be the same person I was. I'm going to live my life the way I was living it. I wasn't out there causing anything, commotion or anything against nobody. The only person I heard was me by driving a car with unregistered car and carrying a gun. That ain't hurt no one but me.
Well, you can't. Are you telling us that you're going to go back out in the community and just carry another firearm for protection?
I didn't say that. I said I'm going back out and live my life accordingly. I'm 67 years old. Yes, I'm like going back out in the street again, carrying another gun. I'm retired now. I'm going back out and live my life accordingly and enjoy the rest of my life. That's what I'm planning on doing.
Do you think you need help for your alcohol